Krishna, all of you. Welcome to Sunday Satsang. Today we'll discuss about material and spiritual worlds. So you would have heard these terms we are often speaking very often, material world and spiritual world, right? So we'll look into the technical details of it. So this is from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, verse 16. Repeat after me. Abrahma bhuvana loka, Abrahma bhuvana loka, पुनर् आवर्तिनोऽर्जुन माम् उपेत्या तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्मा न विद्यते आब्रह्म भुवना लोकाः पुनर् आवर्तिनोऽर्जुन माम् उपेत्या तु कौन्तेय माम् उपेत्या तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्मा न विद्यते. Translation: from the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. So today I would like to begin with a question to all of us. In which world are we living today? Material world or spiritual world? Material world. So this is not a spiritual world. We are living in the material world. So in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, verse 16, Krishna begins by explaining the nature of this material world. He tells us that even the highest planets within this material world are temporary and are subjected to, the jivas in this material world are subjected to rebirth and death. So, how many of you have seen Goloka chart? I think Prabhuji has shown in few classes. Some of you might have not seen. That is the Goloka chart near the book counter in the corner. You can see there are three sections. Top one is square with a lotus shape. Bottom one is blue circle. Then, middle one is blue circle. The bottom one is black circle, right? So the top one is actually Goloka Dham. So where Krishna resides, Goloka Vrindavan. The middle one is Vaikuntha Dham, where Vishnu resides. The bottom one which you are seeing, the black round, and there is some gap in between. So that is actually the material world. So the black circle that you are seeing, it is a material world which comprises of 14 lokas. So upper planetary systems, then there is a middle planet which is Earth where we are residing, then there is a lower planetary system. Upper planetary system, the topmost planetary is Satyaloka, where Brahma resides, Satyaloka. Then below that there are Tapaloka, Maharloka, then we have Swargaloka. Then in the middle is actually Bhumi, Earth planet, where we are residing. And we call this as a Karma Bhumi because Jivis come to Earth to do their karma. That's why it's called Karma Bhumi. The lower planetary systems are actually Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Mahatala, Patala. So you have heard these terms, right? Okay. So that circle and the section between the Vaikuntha Dham and the section between Vaikuntha Dham and material world. So below that everything is material world. Above is everything is spiritual world. Vaikuntha Dham and the Goloka Dham is actually the spiritual worlds. Okay. So there are three Vishnus you have heard about, right? From Krishna, there will be three Vishnu expansions will happen. After Krishna, there are some other expansions, Balarama, Pradyumna, like that. But there are three Vishnus. One is Mahavishnu, another one is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, one more is Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. From the pores of Mahavishnu, the universes are coming. So there are billions of universes. In Sanskrit term, it's called Brahmanda. You would have heard multiverse, right? So that is many Brahmandas are coming from Mahavishnu, right? Like a bubble. Each Brahmanda having a Brahma and 14 planetary systems. Okay. So each Brahmanda has this 14 planetary systems. So middle Earth, then upper planetary system, then lower planetary system. So in that each Brahmanda, there is one more Vishnu called Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. See that Brahmanda is like a Garbha, round like a bubble. So to take care of that, there is one Vishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So he will be residing on a Garbha ocean, and from his navel, the lotus will come. On top of the lotus, Brahma will sit. So Brahma is responsible for engineering this world. uh, he creates, but actually it's Krishna who creates everything. But Brahma is kind of engineer, so it looks like he is the creator for us. So he is responsible for the creation of this material world, and Vishnu is the maintainer. Okay. Purport: all kinds of yogis, karma, jnana, hatha, etc., eventually have to attain devotional perfection in bhakti yoga or Krishna consciousness before they can go to Krishna's transcendental abode and never return. Hatha yoga means Ashtanga yoga. You do yoga sana, right? So that is actually Ashtanga yoga. So there are like karma yogis are there who do karma yoga. So there are jnani yogis are there who do jnana yoga. Like that, there is a hatha yoga who perform the Ashtanga yoga. The Ashtanga siddhis who does, they can travel to any planet within this material universe. The 14 planetary system are there. They can go anywhere because they have that Ashta Siddhi. They can go to Swarga, they can go to Satyaloka, they can come to Earth also. But they can't go to Vaikuntha or Goloka because whoever you are, the qualification, the basic thing that we need to go to the higher spiritual worlds is Bhakti Yoga. So without Bhakti Yoga, you can't get out of this material world. Okay? Those who attain the highest material planets, the planets of the demigods, are again subjected to repeated birth and death. So even if somebody goes to the higher planetary system in the material world, they are subjected to birth and death. So that means anyone who is in these 14 planetary systems, do they have death and birth? There is Brahma is there, Indra, Chandra, Sun God, everyone is there. So they have birth and death. Question? Yes, they have. And no also. See how it is no? See, for example, anyone who is in this loka, if they perform Krishna Bhakti, they will be elevated to the higher spiritual worlds. Or else they have to go through this repeated cycle of birth and death again. So, as in, like, it's not like everybody has fallen down, but there is a possibility of falling down. That is the reason they go in this cycle, like the birth and death. So it is said that the first Jivi to fall down from the top, actually he becomes Brahma. So we were also Brahma once. Then it will be coming down, 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 down. Right, 64 lakh species are there. So we'll be going through each and every body, right? So from that position onwards, from Brahma's position onwards, we will keep falling down and down and down. So there is a practice of a sacrifice called Panchagni Vidya, recommended in Chandogya Upanishad. It enables one to achieve Brahmaloka, but if on Brahmaloka one does not cultivate Krishna consciousness, then he must return to the earth. So this process starts again. See, there is a sacrifice called Panchagni Yoga. If you do that, you will go to Satyaloka where Brahma is there. Satyaloka is also called as Brahmaloka. It is the topmost loka in the material world. Um, I can't show you, the chart is there. See, if you look at that black round bubble, so there are 14 planetary systems neatly aligned, and below that there is a Vishnu. From his Nabi, Kamala, Brahma is coming. Okay, so the top loka is Satyaloka, the middle one is Bhumi, and the last loka is Patala. Okay. Okay. Those who progress in Krishna consciousness on the higher planets, means above Bhumi, are gradually elevated to the higher and higher planets, and at the time of universal devastation are transferred to the eternal spiritual kingdom. So there will be a devastation. This material world is temporary. the devastation will happen, or complete destruction will also happen. There are two kinds of destruction: partial and complete. Partial destruction, everything will not be destructed, only few locals. When it comes to complete destruction, everything will be destructed. That is called Mahapralaya. Sanskrit word is Pralaya. Okay. So Baladeva Vidyabhushana in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita quotes a verse. Brahmana sahata sarve samprapte pratisarichare parashyante kritannaha pravishanti param padam, means when there is a devastation of this material world, Brahma and his devotees who are constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness are all transferred to the spiritual universe and to specific spiritual planets according to their desires. Means whoever is doing Krishna Bhakti or Vishnu Bhakti during the time of devastation, they are transferred to the spiritual universe based on their desires. If somebody does Krishna Bhakti, they go to Goloka. If somebody does Vishnu Bhakti, they go to Vaikuntha. So it depends on their desire. We look at the next shloka. Sahasra yuga prayatnam aharya brahmano vidu ratrim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido jana. So, by human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together from the duration of Brahman's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. In English word age means one Chaturyuga. So what is Chaturyuga? How many yugas we have? Four yugas. What are they? Four yugas we have. Dwapara Yuga is one of the yuga. So what are those four yugas? Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So this is which yuga? Kali Yuga. So one age means, in English word, one age means one Chaturyuga, means four yugas. So four yugas together is called one Chaturyuga. Like that, 1,000 Chaturyugas is called one Kalpa. So 1,000 Chaturyuga means how many yugas? 4,000 yugas. 4,000 Satya, 4,000 Treta Yuga, 4,000 Dwapara Yuga, 4,000 Kali Yuga. So like that, 1,000 Chaturyuga will happen. That is called one Kalpa. Okay. One Kalpa is one day of Brahma or one night of Brahma. So Brahma has like this 100 years. So what is the lifespan of Brahma? It's so huge, right? So huge. Okay. So the duration of material universe is limited. It is manifested in the cycle of kalpas. Means in one kalpa the creation will happen, in one kalpa the destruction will happen. So during the day of Brahma, material universe is created. During the night of Brahma, material universe is destructed. So a kalpa is a day of Brahma, and one day of Brahma consists of 1,000 cycles of four yugas or ages. So you said Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. The Satya Yuga is 17,28,000 years. It is the longest yuga from all the four yugas. In Satya Yuga, it was characterized by virtue, means Sadguna. People in Satya Yuga were having Sadguna, wisdom and religion, Buddhivantike and Dharma. And there was practically no ignorance and vice. Ignorance means Ajnana. There was no Ajnana at all. Vice means Ketadu, means bad. In Satya Yuga, there was no bad things at all. Everything was Sadguna, Buddhivantike, Dharma, right? So we can say it is a golden period. There was no place for even a single bad thing. People were so good. In Treta Yuga, that vice was introduced. So who took avatar in Treta Yuga? Lord Rama. So Rama took avatar in Treta Yuga, right? So little bit vice was introduced. So there was little bit bad was also introduced. That is the reason Sita Rama has to go and suffer many things, right? And in Dwapara Yuga, there is even greater decline in virtue and religion. So there was no Sadguna, there was a lot of adharma in Dwapara Yuga. So, Mahabharata and Krishna came, right? So the vice increases, and the Treta Yuga, is actually 8,64,000 years, Treta Yuga duration. Satya Yuga 17 lakh 28,000, Treta Yuga 8 lakh 64,000, half of Satya Yuga. Kali Yuga half of Dwapara Yuga, 4 lakh 32,000. Okay. Oh, sorry. Satya Yuga is 17 lakh 28,000, Treta Yuga is 12 lakh 96,000, Dwapara Yuga is 8 lakh 64,000 years, and Kali Yuga is half of that, that is 4 lakh 32,000. So in Kali Yuga, you know how many years we have passed? Mr. Prabhu? 4 lakh? 4 lakh 32,000 years, Kali Yuga duration. We are in Kali Yuga. How many years we have passed? ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದೆ? 5,000 years. See, Dwapara Yuga to Kali Yuga transition happened during the Pandavas' time, after Mahabharata. The last king was Parikshita Maharaja. That time Kali entered, right? So it happened just 5,000 years ago. So it's just been 5,000 years Kali Yuga has passed. We are already seeing so many other immorals, all these things. And still how many years left out? 4 lakh 27,000 years. So think how worst it will be. Yes, still left. Because the duration of Kali Yuga is 4 lakh 32,000. We completed 5,000. Still we have 4 lakh 27,000. So it will be worst, right? We feel like we don't want to take birth again in the Kali Yuga. We shouldn't actually. That is the reason we have to do Krishna Bhakti. So we can go to the eternal place where this cycle is not there. So there is no suffering. Okay? Yes. So that is how it is designed. So it has to become worse. Yeah. And by end, everybody will be demons. See, in Kali Yuga, all are Shudras. We can't say ourselves we have good qualities. We are Kalaha Priyas. We like to fight. We want to think like, okay, no, I have not done anything wrong. I'm good only. I is there in everyone. Yes. See, from Satya Yuga, it will the percentage will be it will fall. So it will move towards the destruction. And at the end, what happens? Krishna comes and he vanquishes all the demons. He takes a avatar of Kalki. He ends his Kali Yuga and sets new Satya Yuga. So this cycle happens always. So this is happening. So it is a process. Satya Yuga starts, Treta Yuga comes, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, then Krishna takes Kalki avatar, then he ends the Kali Yuga, then he begins the Satya Yuga. Okay, clear? Okay. So in Kali Yuga, vice increases to such a point that at the termination of Yuga, Supreme Lord himself appears as Kalki avatar, vanquishes the demons, saves his devotees, and commences another Satya Yuga. So then the process is set rolling again. So these four yugas rotating 1,000 times, like I said, one kalpa, right? So this process rotates 1,000 times, comprises one day of Brahma, and the same number comprises one day of night. So one kalpa is one day, another kalpa is another night. So Brahma lives 100 of such years and then dies. So if you calculate by Earth, I mean humans calculate it, the age of Brahma, lifespan of Brahma is 311 trillion and 40 billion Earth years. 311 trillion 40 billion Earth years. So by this calculation, the life of Brahma seems fantastic, right? He has so much life, interminable. No. But from the viewpoint of eternity, the life of Brahma is just a brief of lightning flash. If you are in eternal world, if you are living eternally, the life of Brahma, the lifespan that we are feeling, it is so fantastic, interminable. It feels like just a lightning flash. That's the duration of Brahma life. So that is why we have to desire to go to Goloka, to go to Vaikunta, because there it's eternal. You will never die. It's always there is happiness. There is no suffering. Okay. See, this Brahma and his creation are all part of this material universe, and therefore they are in constant flux. Creation, destruction, creation, destruction. And what happens when the whole destruction happens, and even when Brahma dies, so he takes birth in another millennium. So there will be new universe. And the Brahma of our universe, he has four heads. There are other universe, right? Other Brahmandas. Those Brahmas have many heads, even single head, 10 head, 100 heads. There are other Brahmas as well. So in the material universe, not even Brahma is free from the process of birth, old age, disease, and death. Brahma, however, is directly engaged in the service of Supreme Lord in the management of this universe. Therefore, he attained once a liberation. Elevated sannyasis are promoted to Brahma's particular planet, which is called Brahmaloka or Satyaloka, which is the highest planet in the material world, right? So first is Satyaloka, middle is Bhumi, last is Patala, and which survives all the heavenly planets in the upper strata of the planetary system. But in due course, Brahma and all inhabitants of Brahmaloka are subject to death according to the law of material nature. So, law of material nature, anybody who is in this 14 planetary system are subject to rebirth and death. Shloka 8.18 Avyaktaad Vyakyaya Sarva Prabhavanti Aharagame Ratyagame Pradiyante Tatraivavyakta Samnake. At the beginning of Brahma's day, all the living entities become manifest. Manifest means prakati, prakatagadu, from the unmanifest state. And thereafter, when the night falls, they are merged into the unmanifest again. So during the night, they become aprakata, jivis. Then where they will go? Will they die? Or where they will go? See, already birth, death, all this happened, but there is a Ratri, there is a Pralaya happening. So where jivis will go? They take rest in Vishnu's body. There is a Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, right, in every material universe. So all the jivis will take rest in the Vishnu's body, and again when Brahma's day starts, the creation happens again, the process starts. So this is called partial destruction, not complete pradaya. So this is called partial destruction. Okay. So during partial destruction, only Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, and Swargaloka they go underwater. The higher planetary systems remain. And in the day, when Brahma's day starts, they receive various bodies of, and for their material activities, they need to do their activity, right? They receive various bodies. And night, they no longer have bodies. That means they remain compact in the body of Vishnu. During the day, they become manifest, and the night they are annihilated again. Ultimately, when Brahma's life is finished. So, what happens when Brahma's life is over? 100 years. They all are annihilated and remain unmanifest for millions, millions of years. This is full pradaya. During the night, they take ashraya of Vishnu body. When Brahma's total life is over, the full pralaya happens. They will be unmanifested for millions, millions of years. And when Brahma is born again in another millennium, they are again manifested. In this way, they are captivated by the spell of material world. But those intelligent persons who take Krishna conscious use the human life fully in devotional service of the Lord. So that is why we have to do Krishna Bhakti, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we don't remain in this material world. So we don't need to manifest, unmanifest. We don't need to go through all this destruction, annihilation, because we go to Goloka, right? So there is, there these things are not there. It is transcendental and it is eternal. Once you go there, there is no return. They are like they don't destruct the complete creation, Maharaj. They are like small destruction within this. So we call that as it happens through nature, right? So it is a process of the nature, but it is not the process of that destruction that we are talking about. The destruction that we are talking about is complete destruction of this creation. Complete. The whole universe will be destructed. It will be annihilated. So the tsunami, earthquake, whatever is happening, it's small prakriti vicopas. So they're not even 0.01% of what we are talking about. So, yeah, that is by human cause, Mataji. And in Kali Yuga, it is expected. Even in the Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, there were wars, but there was dharma, dharma wars. But right now, what is happening? It's the effect of Kali Yuga, because Kali has to impact this Yuga. So everybody has to become bad and will be bad. Since everyone is Shudra, so there is a quarrel. Like I said, Kali Yuga is Kalaha Priya. So Yuddha is one of the Kalaha. Okay. So you got your answer, Marcus. So that is the reason, we have, even in this life, uh, we have to do Krishna consciousness. Why I'm saying even in this life means we can transfer ourselves within this life. If you do bhakti, if you be attached to the Krishna, even if you get next life, you will progress from there. Till where you have done the bhakti, from that point you will make your progress. But we shouldn't wish for taking next birth. We should always do bhakti in such a way that this life is my last life. Okay, forget life. We don't know when we will die. We should think like this second we are there, next second we are there or not, we don't know. Right? So we have to do bhakti. Because when you do bhakti, you go to Krishna Loka, there such things won't impact us, right? And it's will be with Krishna, the best thing. And it's always blissful there, beautiful there. I will explain about the Goloka, how beautiful the spiritual world is. It should become one of the motivation to do bhakti. So that is the reason I'm taking this class, material world and spiritual world. Let us look at the next sloka. Yes, Mataji, please. Huh. Nothing, no thing will be exist, Mataji, when the destruction happens. So there is no yuga at all. So it's empty. There is nothing. Everything is destructed. Even GV is not there. The planetary system is not there. Whole universe is not there at all. It's empty. So it's destructed. So there is no point in talking about the yugas. So these yugas, that cycle happens in the day of the Brahma when there is a creation, when there are 14 planetary systems, all these things are there. So that is when this yugas comes. And the yugas comes in the earth. Actually, it's karma bhumi, right? This is where we do karma. So it is applicable here. So when there is a destruction, when there is nothing, then there is no concept of yuga. But the reason we are talking about yuga is we calculate in terms of yuga. One kalpa, if you have to calculate, means you have to think about 1,000 chaturyugas. So for calculation purpose, how much is the duration, we say it in terms of yuga. But there won't be yugas in the night because the whole destruction happened. Only in the day, the jivis will be there. They will be doing karma. All these things will be clear, Mataji. Okay, thanks. It's good. Class has to be interactive, so it is good to ask questions. Feel free to stop, ask question, comment, anything. Okay. So translation of was 8.20. Yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated when all in this world is annihilated. That part remains as it is. Krishna is saying this to Arjuna. See, this is what we are interested in. Eternal and transcendental to manifestation and unmanifestation and never annihilated. This is what we are interested in. Means Krishna Loka, it is eternal, it is transcendental. So transcendental to this manifestation, non-manifestation, annihilation, destruction, such things are not there. Krishna is superior. Spiritual energy is transcendental and eternal. It is beyond all the changes of the material nature, which is manifest and annihilated during the days and nights of Brahma. See, so much of creation and destruction is happening, and we live like there is a long time we need to live. So many Brahmas are annihilated. So, but we should understand that it's such a huge creation, so insignificant. Yet we are fortunate enough to get Krishna Bhakti. See, there is so much of creation destruction, right? So many process of life cycle happening, and our life is just very, very insignificant. But we are so fortunate that even in this insignificant life, we are able to get Krishna. We have a chance to do Krishna Bhakti. No, it's really, I mean, we are very fortunate. And the people who take Krishna name, they are even more fortunate. We really can't understand, how fortunate we have got. So Krishna's superior energy is completely opposite in quality to material nature. Superior and inferior nature are explained in the seventh chapter. We have learned this, what is a superior quality, inferior quality. But today we are interested in this unmanifest nature, means about the spiritual world. Meaning it doesn't get created, it doesn't get destructed or destroyed. Okay, it's permanent. Shloka 8.21 Avyakto kshara iti yuktas तमाहु परमां गतिं यं प्राप्य न निवर्तन्ते तद्धमा paramam mama. Translation: it means that which the Vedantis describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which having attained it, one never returns. And that is my supreme abode. Krishna is telling to Arjuna. Whoever comes to my abode, which is the supreme destination, once they attain it, they are never going to come back to or going back to any other modes. Okay? The purport, the supreme abode of personality of Godhead, Krishna is described in the Brahma Samhita as Chintamani Dhama, a place where all desires are fulfilled. You heard about Chintamani, right? Touchstone. Brahma Samhita, right? So when we are doing Abhishek to Lord, we pray Brahma Samhita. It's a prayer by Brahma to Krishna. In that there is one shloka. See, from here, whatever I'm going to explain is about the spiritual world. So far, I have explained about the material world. When we talk about spiritual world, I request you to hear with all your ears, because the reason is, since we want to go to spiritual world, that will become one motivation to do Krishna Bhakti, because spiritual world is so beautiful. So just imagine a place where all your desires are fulfilled, whatever it may be, akarma, sarvakama, whatever is your desires, everything will be fulfilled. Anything you desire, fulfills. And the supreme abode of Lord Krishna, known as Goloka Vrindavana, is full of palaces made of touchstone. Touchstone means Chintamani. Chintamani prakara satma shakalpa vriksha lakshavriteshu surabhira vipalayantam Lakshmi sahasra sata sambrama sevyamanam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. It is one of the shloka in a prayer that is offered by Brahma to Krishna. It means Goloka Vrindavana is a place full of palaces made of Chintamani. There are also trees called desire trees that supply any type of eatable upon demand. You wish, like eating apple, orange, or anything you desire, it supplies. And there are cows. The cows in Goloka, they are actually Surabhi cows, most beautiful cows in the entire creation. Krishna loves cows, and Surabhi cows, they serve Krishna. So they supply limitless supply of milk. In this abode, the Lord is served by hundreds of thousands of goddess of fortune. Who is goddess of fortune? Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi, right? So Mahalakshmi is serving Vishnu. For every universe, there is one Lakshmi. But in Goloka, hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis are serving Krishna. And he is called Govinda, the primal Lord and the cause of all causes, Sarva Karana Karana. The Lord is accustomed to blow his flute. So Krishna always plays his flute, right? So because of that, cows will give a lot of milk, and it is happiness to Vrajavasis, Vrindavana Venam Konantam, Venam Konantam Aravinda Dalayataaksham, Barhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam, Kandarpakotika Maniya Vishesha Shobham, Govindamadi Purusham bhajami. Vedam Konantam means his transcendental form is the most attractive in all the worlds. Krishna's form is most attractive. Not I'm not talking about the material world, the spiritual world. His eyes are like lotus petals. You have seen lotus, right? The petal of lotus. So it will be like sharp edge, V shape, but there will be bulge in the middle. If you look at the top and up of the lotus petal, that is how Krishna eyes are. They're very, very beautiful. And what is the color of Krishna's body? Blue. Yeah. Actually, it is. You know Atasi flower, right? If you Google it, you will get it. Krishna's body color is the color of Atasi flower. From the far, if you look at it, it looks like the color of the clouds, bluish black kind of clouds. So he's so attractive that his beauty excels that of thousands of cupids. Cupid means, see, cupid is not in material world. Okay, in material world, if somebody is so beautiful, handsome, or smart, whatever you call, so a cupid is so beautiful. Even this person is not comparable. So cupid is that much beautiful, and Krishna's beauty, even thousands of cupids, we can't compare. Then think about the beauty of Krishna. So we feel like we want to see that, right? So that is the beauty of Krishna. It's so beautiful, even we can't compare it to the thousands of cupids. It's unmatched, like it's uncomparable. We can't compare it. So how can we understand this, right? Cupid itself is unimaginably, uncomparably beautiful compared to the best beauty. So we cannot begin to imagine like how will be the Krishna's beauty. So we want to see Krishna, right? Okay. So the beauty about Krishna's beauty is simply his eyes, his look, his smile, and his words are considered the most sweetest. See, if you look at Radha Mata, look at Krishna, just observe his lips, face, eyes, and everything. It looks so beautiful, right? And whenever we see Krishna, how we have to see? We have to see from bottom to the top. First, we have to see his lotus feet. Then, from there, we have to go to the top. That is how we have to see Krishna. Okay? So when you look at the Lord, we look at the Lord's eyes, his smiling face, smiling lips, his smile, and we remember his beautiful words, and also his love for his devotees. So when you when you feel that, you'll feel a lot of love towards Krishna. So that is one more reason when we look at Krishna, bhakti appears in our heart because Krishna is so beautiful. Krishna wears saffron cloth, a garland around his neck, and a peacock feather in his hair. So everything about Krishna is glorious. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna gives only a small hint of his personal abode, Goloka Vrindavan, which is supermost planet in the spiritual kingdom. A vivid description is given in Brahma Samhita. If you don't have Brahma Samhita, there is a book here. Buy it and read it. It's difficult to understand, but as and when you make a progress in the bhakti, you will understand more. In Brahma Samhita, everything about Krishna, Krishna's place, his abode, his position, everything is explained because that is how Brahma is offering prayer to Krishna. Okay. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has given his comments, so which are very very strong English words, difficult to understand. Keep a dictionary and just read it. Okay. And Golaka Vrindavana is the only worthy place to go. That thing should go to your mind, saying that it is wonderful, Goloka is beautiful, and it's the only place that is worth that we want to go. No other place in this all worlds is that much beautiful. So, like I said, this has to become one of the motivation to do bhakti. So, you want to see such world, you want to live there, you want to serve Krishna. So, you can be a best friend to Krishna, you can be a parent to Krishna, and Krishna can be your husband. There are a lot of opportunities to serve Krishna. So that is the place we should be, staying. So that is why you should know about Goloka. You should be reading, hearing about Krishna, Krishna's qualities, Srimati Radharani and Radharani qualities. The more and more and more you hear, the more you feel like going there. So that helps you improve your bhakti. Okay? Yes, Mataji. Yes. No, Mataji. No, actually, they will have access if they do Krishna Bhakti. See, that is the reason I was telling devotees are so fortunate. When we do nice bhakti, we go to Krishna directly. Whereas demigods cannot enter Goloka Vrindavan. They're serving their duties. But if somebody who is doing good bhakti there also, Krishna bhakti, Brahma or demigod or anybody, any yogi, whoever is staying there in whichever loka, they have access to go to Vaikunta and Vrindavan. See, even when Brahma wants to call Vishnu, he won't go to Vaikunta. Whatever he want to convey, he will do a prayer, and Vishnu tells him in his heart his answer. That is how Brahma communicates with Vishnu. See, when the creation happened, only Brahma was the first Jivi to fall down from upper planetary system to lower planetary system. Then again, that Jivi will go through 64 lakh species. The first Jiva to fall down will become Brahma. So we were also Brahma once. Okay. So Brahma offers, in the heart, when there was a creation, there was complete dark when Brahma appeared. So he was sitting on the lotus. He traveled through the stem of the lotus. He couldn't reach any destination, so he traveled back. Then Vishnu told in Brahma's Santa, do tapasya for 1,000 years. When Brahma did tapasya for 1,000 years, during that time, Vishnu has given him knowledge, enabled him to do the creation. He made him understand who is he, what is his position, and who is Vishnu, Krishna, and everything. So that is how the creation happens. Okay. So Vedic cultures, Vedic literatures like Katha Upanishad states that there is nothing superior to the abode of the Supreme Godhead, and that abode is the ultimate destination. When one attains to it, he never returns to the material world. But jivas, we have this, kind of stupid independence, and we are capable of doing any nonsense. That is the reason we fall back. We have some independence. Krishna won't interfere with that. That is the reason we end up doing bad things. We end up falling down, right? But if we would have gone back after sufficient suffering in this material world, it is nice, right? Because if we already know that we have done this mistake, we will not do that again. So you have suffered here and then you went to Goloka, then actually it's good, right? So that memory kind of somewhat remains with us. So that will, it will not let us do the same mistakes again. Okay. So Krishna's supreme abode and Krishna himself are non-different and being of the same quality. So non-different means same in the quality. So means they all are spiritual and they all are beautiful. Krishna is beautiful. Krishna's abode is also beautiful. Anything there, anything related to that abode is also beautiful because Krishna is beautiful. Okay. So they have so many features, varieties of both Krishna himself and supreme abode. So on this earth there is a Vrindavan, 90 miles southeast of Delhi. So it is a replica of that Supreme Golaka Vrindavana located in the spiritual sky. So it's a replica. See, one should go there, only after getting permission from the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Mayapur Dham. See, whenever there is a yatra planned, Narayan Prabhuji takes all of us to yatra. He won't take anyone directly to the Vrindavan. First, he will make sure he takes us to Mayapur Dham. So we take permission from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Then we are allowed to go to Vrindavan. Because Vrindavan Dham, even if you by mistake, even by remotely also, if you commit aparadh, you are in serious trouble. I will tell you, see, because Vrindavan is especially very, very, very dear to Krishna, and the Vrajavasis, the Dham, the devotees, they are all very close to Krishna. So that is the reason we shouldn't do any aparadh in Vrindavan. Otherwise, our bhakti will be in trouble. The reason we go to Mayapur is to get that mercy because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful. Even if by mistake, if there is aparadh commenced, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will take care of it. That is the reason we go to Mayapur first and then Vrindavan Dham. And when we enter Vrindavan Dham, our consciousness changes. If we are very serious in bhakti, and we remain in that conscious until we come back from Vrindavan, and after exiting Vrindavan, again back to you know the same material things, all these things. And also, we won't say that we visit Vrindavan, we serve Vrindavan. Because Vrindavan is close to Krishna, we should be serving Vrindavan. We are not tourists. Vrindavan, something is close to Krishna, we have to serve them. It could be devotee, it could be Surabhikau, it could be Vaishnava, it could be Dham, it could be anything, his name, we have to serve. It could be Srimad Bhagavatam. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam is actually serving Krishna. That is how you serve Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a Sahitya Rupa of Krishna, right? Okay. See, for Krishna's devotees, whenever we hear Krishna, whenever we hear Vrindavan or anything connected to Vrindavan, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, Gopi, Surabhikau, Radharani, we should get excited. Whatever is the state of our mind, whatever is our situation, we should get excited because it's so much beautiful there. And the more and more we try to understand the glories of Krishna, and is more and more we realize, saying that first how fortunate we are. At the same time, we should also think how far we are. So we are nowhere near, right? We are fortunate, but we are very far. That's why we have to do bhakti very seriously. If you have this thought, then you will stick to bhakti process. You will be in Krishna consciousness. You will follow all the ABCDs related to the bhakti. Okay? So, and also, because bhakti is voluntary, it has to come by free will. So we can't force. See, you can't force someone to make you love. In the same way, it's a free will given to us by Krishna. Krishna will make us do bhakti, but when you desire, he gives complete power to it. So bhakti starts with your sincere desire and honest effort. Then rest, Krishna guides you. Krishna holds your hand. And based on your interest, he reveals himself. Based on how much you believe Krishna, how much you are depending on Krishna, that much he will involve in your life. See, that is why the life of a devotee is like very adventurous, kind of roller coaster. You will be in lot of trouble and still you will be depending on Krishna, thinking that okay, Krishna is teaching me something, okay, for a good reason I'm going through all these things. It will break you. And at the end, Krishna will come and sort it out everything in just in one shot. That is how Krishna takes care of his devotees' life. Isn't it exciting? If you are just being in comfortable life, wake up at proper time, sleep at proper time, having everything is perfect, is it happiness? No, there is no adventure in it. It's a happiness. There is no adventure. But when you start living your life depending on Krishna, there is a lot of adventure. So we can say anything that happens in a devotee life is very, very auspicious. You know the reason why? If you are even going through trouble, serious problem, like worst thing, it is still auspicious because the reason is, see, there will be only two reasons for that to happen. Either it will be your karma pala, or if you are surrendered to Krishna, then Krishna is taking care of you, right? Now let us think that you are a devotee and your life is in serious trouble, you are going through a lot of complications, problems, in such a situation that you can't come back. Actually that is taking you to bhakti. And I can say it is making your bhakti progress even more faster. So if a devotee life is in problem, devotee is going through struggle, his bhakti progress is happening so fastly because everything is ultimately takes to Krishna, and Krishna is creating those situations to purify us, to make our bhakti more intense and more reliable on Krishna. So that is the reason whatever happens, even if it is a problem or a trouble, it is auspicious. There is nothing called inauspicious in devotee life. But you need to have a capacity to see that vision. You need to see that vision in that way. So that is super most important. Okay? No. See, it's a will of Krishna. For example, let. Hmm. Yes, Prabhu. Yes. No. Good question, Prabhu. See, Prabhuji is asking, even though a person is good, he will be going through a lot of trouble. Does it mean, Krishna is creating those troubles? It is half true, half wrong, Prabhu. Yes. See, like I said, there could be two reasons only. One, if you are not surrendered to Krishna, it is your past karma and it is a karma pala that you are going because of your anarthas. If you are completely surrendered to Krishna and you are a pure devotee, then Krishna is putting you in that situation so that you can become even more closer to Krishna by purifying yourself. See, See, it's not in our hands, Prabhu. See, if you like I said, if you are in comfort, you will not make any progress in bhakti. See, to reach Krishna, you need to be so much purified, Prabhu. Because the supreme goal of a devotee is to attain Krishna prema, which is the purest and transcendental thing. We are not that much pure. So we can say, okay, Krishna, give me a comfort situation. Okay, I'm good. I'm doing your devotion. Then I will attain. It's not a complete qualification. You are only very less qualified. If you are surrendered to Krishna, this is the first thing Krishna does. He will start purifying you. You have to go through so much purification process. You will, no, Krishna won't give a trouble. He will make sure he gives good trouble so that you will become purified. See, we have this kama, krodha, mada, moha, lobha, matsara. Prabhu, we can win anything in this world, but these things nobody can win unless until we are material world. See, our souls we are very conditioned. We are like baddha jivis, baddhatma. We are that much conditioned. We have so many anarthas. We have so many karma pala. If everything has to be washed, we have to go through purification process. So that is the reason if you are surrendered, if you are devoted to Krishna, if you are a devotee, pure devotee, then Krishna puts you in that situation because Krishna has to clean. You have to go through this purification process. So it's a good trouble. Yes, exactly. See, that is where your faith comes into test. Good point, Prabhu. See, even though if you are going through a lot of trouble and feels like, okay, maybe Krishna is troubling you. See, when you are devoted to Krishna, you will accept everything. Whatever comes from Krishna, it's his prasad. If he wants me to be in this situation, there is one good reason which I don't understand. Okay, so it is for my good only. See, Krishna is Karuna Sindhu. Bhakta Vatsala. So that is what we prayed in the beginning, right? Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. He has so much mercy on us. He loves us so much. He wants us to be near him. So that is the reason we go through all this process because we since we have done these mistakes, we have these impurities. We took birth here. We got this body. We are doing our karma. But the bad thing is, even though we know it, we are creating new karmas, new karma palas. So we are going through everything. To answer your question, Prabhu, like I said, there will be two reasons. One, either your previous life karma pala, or Krishna has put you in that situation, so you are making a fast progress. So which is good because you will reach Krishna very fast. I hope I have answered your question. Okay. That is the problem, Prabhu. That is the reason we say this. Have faith in Krishna. We shouldn't give up. See, when you will have that feeling, when you are doing it sincerely, whatever happens, Krishna is there. If you have that faith in Krishna, okay, anything happens in my life, I trust Krishna, I have faith in Krishna, and I stick to Krishna. When you have that kind of faith, you will never give up, right? This is the reason we request people to listen to pravachans, do chanting especially, and have prasadam, so that we don't get those negative feelings. Or even though we get those feelings like giving up complete bhakti, we don't give up. Still, Krishna will be looking towards us. Okay, let this jiva make one small desire, then I will pitch it. Krishna will be waiting for it. That is the reason I told him he is a Bhakta Vatsala. He is a Karuna Sindhu. Many people leave, I also see like in the chat group also when there is a lot of postings, people will leave and some people they come to center, after some time they don't come to center. Some people will be chanting for some time, then after that they give up. Some people they decide like, okay, I don't want, this is difficult, I want to go out of it. It's very, very unfortunate. See, Krishna can't enter unless until you make one small desire. That is very, very important. See, if you know the process of bhakti, you are practicing under proper guru, and you are hearing to preachings as per the shastra, you will never go away from this. It's ulta. In reverse, it will make you come even more closer to Krishna. So that is why practicing bhakti as it is guided by guru, or guru sadhu shastra, is very, very, very important. And the very, very basic thing that we have to do is chanting. If your chanting is proper, you can tackle any problems. You won't get into these situations like giving up completely. Then comes prasad. Then you should be in constant touch with devotees, devotee association. See, devotee association doesn't mean that you come and say Hare Krishna to devotee and say, how are you? Is everything good? See, that is only like one or two sentences we should ask. But the real association is we have to ask questions, we have to inquire things, we have to discuss for learning more about Krishna. For example, now how you are interacting. Okay, so what will happen if it is like this, if it is like that? But I have seen like this. Why it's so? So when you interact like this, that is called association. See, that is the reason we call this event as a satsang. Means it's a association. See, until you are doing chanting, doing Shravanam Kirtanam, like hearing pravachan, reading Bhagavad Gita, having prasadam, and association of devotees, there is very small chances of falling down or going totally out of this bhakti, spiritual progress, and Krishna consciousness. So, yes, Maharaj. No, Mataji, no. But Krishna will create that situation where you feel like. So we can't say how Krishna will test us or what kind of situations he will give. The situations that he gives every step, it will test whether you will believe Krishna or not, how much faith you have or not. See, that is the time when you should have more faith in Krishna. So somebody has given up, then they have failed that test. So somebody is still sticking to Krishna, then after that you will start witnessing Krishna hands in everything. That is the point where your bhakti goes to next level. Your spiritual progress go to next level. So next time you will get even more harder test, harder situation. The trouble which I was talking, Prabhu, is actually this. So the next situation will be even more harder. Still, if you are sticking to Krishna, you have become even more closer. Krishna will involve even more in your life, and He will create such a situation in your life where it is so much feasible to do bhakti. Any obstacles, that is there for your bhakti, He will just clear like this, like a simple sweeping like this. He will clear. I did. No problem. No, 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 no. See, the beginning is your sincere desire and honest effort. You have to pray to Krishna, saying that I want to serve you, I want to know about you, so please bless me. So then there is a process like chanting, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Prasadam, and association of devotees. Initially, it begins like a practical work, some steps. No, see, in the beginning it will be little bit tests. So means like see how will you develop a faith on Krishna? If everything is okay, you don't even pray to God, right? If you are not in bad situation, you will never think about the God. You will say like, oh, I have everything, I'm enjoying my life, I have happiness, then why I need to? Oh, see, that is the reason we pray. We want more troubles. If you read Kunti prayers, what Kunti prays to Krishna is, Krishna, make sure I have a lot of trouble so that I'm dependent on you. That is how Kunti prays. We should also be like Kunti. See, if something gets me Krishna, then I'm okay to go through it. It doesn't matter whether that is a trouble, problem, or whatever. But in the beginning, Prabhu, it will be a complete mercy from Krishna. When a jiva newly, you want to know about Krishna, you want to know the bhakti, first thing Krishna does for that jiva is he sends the jiva to the right guru so that it can take guidance, proper guidance to do this bhakti process. Then under Guru, that jiva will practice bhakti. So whatever Guru says, it is like Krishna Vakya only. So if you just blindly also, if you are following the instructions given by Guru, you will understand what is right, wrong, what is bhakti. And once your efforts are very sincere and honest, then Krishna will give a intelligence in that GV heart to learn more. See, everyone is not born with intelligence. Everyone is not capable of understanding Shastra, philosophy, or whatever, right? Anything that GV is lagging, still he will attain that knowledge. Krishna gives intelligence in that GV heart. See, that is the reason we have to have faith in Krishna and trust in this bhakti process. See, it is not a theory, it is very, very practical. Bhakti is a practical thing to practice. If you just stick to it, you will attain that. And when you are completely surrendered, Krishna will involve in your life completely. Anything you desire, you will fulfill it. But devotees won't desire anything other than Krishna. Will not ask anything to Krishna. So that is pure devotion. So it takes a lot of time. For that we are practicing. So that is Krishna consciousness. Any further questions? Good. Today's ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸಿ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ಕರ್ಮಫಲ ಭಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಡ್ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಪ್ಪು. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ನಮಗೆ ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು 5% ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಷ್ಟ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಿಡೋದು. ನಾವು ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ನೀವೇನೋ ಕರ್ಮ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ, ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕರ್ಮಫಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವತ್ತು ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಏನಿದೆ, 5% ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಆ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಓಕೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಕೃಷ್ಣಗೆ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಗೆ, ಆಗ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಅದು ವಾಲಂಟರಿ, ಯಾರು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ನೀವು ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ಅದು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ, ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲ ಥಾಟ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅನುಗ್ರಹ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಗುರು ಹತ್ರ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಏನೋ ಅದನ್ನ ರಿವೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಯಾರೋ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಭಕ್ತ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಗುರು ಹತ್ರ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಕೇಳಿ ಇನ್ಬೋದು, ಭಾಗವತನ ಕೇಳಿ ಇನ್ಬೋದು, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಇನ್ಬೋದು. ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗು, ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಬರೋವರೆಗೂ ಕಾಯಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಪ್ಪು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ದೆನ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಲಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ನಿಮ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತಿಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತಿಕೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಮಯ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮಯ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವು ಬೇಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಗು ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಮ್ಮನಿಗೆ ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೃಷ್ಣಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಆ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೀತಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಮೊಮ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡಿ ಅಂತ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಲಿ, ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಲಿ, ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೋ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅದು ಆಮೇಲೆ, ಅದು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಅಲ್ವ. ಸೊ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಸೋದು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮೇಲೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯಿಂದ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಪು ನಾವು ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡಬೇಕು, ಎರಡನೇದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮೂರನೇದು ಕೃಷ್ಣಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ. ಈವನ್ ನೀವು ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಎ ಡಿವೋಟಿ, ನೀವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರ, ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರಬ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ಯು ಆರ್ ಅನೇಬಲ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸ್, ಅನೇಬಲ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗ್, ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಜಪ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗಲೂ ನಾವು ಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ಬೇಡಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಬೇಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವೆಷ್ಟು ಸಿನ್ಸಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೇಡ್ಕೊಂತೀರಾ, ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀವು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ, ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಬಿಡುತ್ತೋ ಅದು ಆಮೇಲೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಪ್ರಭು ಹಾಂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಜೀವಿ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಹಾ, ಬಟ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭು, ಈ ನೋಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಬಟ್ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅದು ಅದು ನಿಮ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್, ಅದು ನಿಮ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನೋಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಚಾಯ್ಸಸ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್, ಬಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಯು. ಹಿ ನೋಸ್. ಪ್ರಭು ಒಂದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ಪ್ರಭು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನೋಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಜೀವ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಕೃಷ್ಣಕ್ಕೆ ಸರೆಂಡರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಡೆಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ನೀವು ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಹಾ ಹೌದು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಭು. ಇದು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಸಿ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ, ಸಾರಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಸಂಬಡಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಲೀವ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಫ್ರೀ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಭು, ಸಿ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ವಿ ವರ್ ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮ, ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದೇಹ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಆತ್ಮ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಸಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಆತ್ಮದ ಧರ್ಮ ಸ್ವಭಾವ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಟು ಸರ್ವ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಟು ಲವ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಅಂಡ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಲವ್ಸ್ ಅಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಇದು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಧ್ಯ ಇರೋ ಸಂಬಂಧ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಧ್ಯ ಇರೋ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇದು. ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಓಕೆ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾನು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸಂತೋಷಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನನಗೂ ಕೆಲವು ಡಿಸೈರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನನಗೂ ಕೆಲವು ಆಸೆಗಳಿದೆ, ಸಂತೋಷ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಪೂರೈಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಬರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೇನೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಏನಾದರೂ ಬಯಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತು, ಈ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಆತ್ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವುಗಳ ಆಸೆ ಪೂರೈಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೇಹ ಕೊಡ್ತು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಸೈರ್ಸ್ನ ಪೂರೈಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ಮ ಪ್ರಭು. ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು, ಈಗ ನನಗೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಆಸೆ, ಓಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೈಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಉದ್ದ ಇರಬೇಕು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಉದ್ದ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳ ಆಸೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಥವಾ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆಸೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಕರ್ಮ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಕರ್ಮ ಫಲ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.